Hello guys, and today I will be doing a champion overview on Zerth, the Magus Ascendant, whose spells are incredibly strong, health is decent, but he's pretty hard to play. He's a ranged mage. His passive, Ascendant Form, basically gives him armor based on 15% of his ability power. His first spell, Arcana Pulse, fires a skill shot nuke and damages all enemies in a line with a certain amount of damage. Locus of Power chains himself to the nearest arcane source, immobilizing him but granting him incredibly long-range abilities and AP pen. Mage Chains will deal damage, and upon the use of another ability on the enemy, you can stun him for 2 seconds. His ultimate, Arcane Barrage, lets him barrage up to 3 blasts of energy to enemies. You can be cast at first and then cast again up to a maximum of 3 times. Hello guys, it's HuntKill101 again, and today I'll be casting a video of me as Xerath, who shoots lasers and has a very powerful passive. That late game becomes even more powerful. But our team composition is right now Kog'Maw, me as Xerath, Blitzcrank, Aurelia, Poppy, and we are facing an Ashe, Aurelia, Skarner, Singed, and Heimerdinger. So it looks like Heimerdinger will be mid, so I guess that will be very easy for me to actually defeat him. Looks like at bottom, Blitzcrank is saying he can grab anything. It looks like at top. Oh, it looks like Skarner is getting away barely. And he has died, unfortunately. So we do have first blood now, and although this isn't that high of an ELO game, there's some skill involved still. So, I just love Xerath's taunt, which is like he breaks into a million pieces and then he reforms himself. It looks pretty sick. I mean, like out of all the taunts, other than maybe Brand's taunt, it's probably the sick. So as Xerath, I can either start off with Amplifying Tome and a health potion, but in this case, since it was Heimerdinger, I didn't really need that much damage. So I grabbed Boots of Speed and 3 health potions just so I can get in range and harass Heimerdinger away from his turrets and away from the EXP range. So that was my plan. I was assuming that Heimerdinger was going to be mid, so let's look at him break into a million pieces and reform back together. Now, like most standard AP champions that I play, I take Flash and Teleport. Teleport is just to actually keep yourself above level than your other mid champion, and the Flash is just to get out of sticky situations, because Zerth does not really have much maneuverability other than his speed buff that he gets once every 5 seconds at level 18 from his W, from deactivating his W. So I take Flash just because it's it's a necessity for AP champs. Here I'm kind of taking a lot of damage from these minions. I'm not sure why, but last hitting is always important. Heimerdinger looks like is going to be playing the turret Heimerdinger instead of the spellcaster Heimerdinger. So that is very interesting sight to see. So I do get one skill in Arcana Pulse first, then I grab Mage Chains, as that will increase your harass level 2 especially. If you can land those Mage Chains and then stun him, you can probably land 2 basic auto attacks, which will give you about like 100 extra damage. So that is something you always want to have early game at around levels 1 through 6. You want to always auto attack the enemy whenever possible. So for runes, I do take my standard spell penetration runes with that mastery and 15% spell penetration. Armor penetration. I don't think I put armor. Oh, this is probably from mastery armor penetration, just because I do like armor penetration better than attack damage. And I do have what else? I did grab cooldown reduction per levels glyphs, so that's also very important, as Xerath's spells are already on short cooldown, and with cooldown reduction they become even shorter, and it becomes like a spam fest of lasers, Mage Chains, or barrages, and just standing still using the Locus of Power. So his passive is quite interesting. Apart from most AP champions who have offensive or defensive or passive, or like more of a passive regenerative passive, I think, okay, yeah, that'll do. Xerath actually has a passive that increases his armor, which makes him more resilient to most DPS carries, especially like Ashe, Jax. Although Jax could still own Xerath very easily, but it still makes him more resilient. And yeah, so although it does only scale off his ability power, it still is a very powerful passive. Here I'm harassing Heimerdinger with my lasers. I know that he does have a lot of health potions, and he does have his, I don't think he gets his, passive from, not sure. So here, I try to grab one level in Locus of Power, at least one. As you can see, I can now harass long range. And Arcano Pulse, I grab level 2 by level 4, and at level 4 I do have another Mage Chains. So right now I'm maxing out my Arcano Pulse, as that will be my basic damage dealer, and I do want to max that out as soon as possible. As you can see here, Heimerdinger is using his health potions, where I have not used a single one, so I am winning this fight because of my long range. Now Heimerdinger could possibly over harass you if you don't have enough mana, and here I do have a mana regen seals, so that will give me additional mana regen and will give me additional harassability to actually harass Heimerdinger behind his own turret. So that is something I do want to do. Although the problem is right now is that Heimerdinger is healing his turret slowly as he's within range of his passive, and his techmaturgical repair bots. Okay, that was hard to pronounce. I've never actually tried to pronounce that, but okay. Looks like Heimerdinger coming here for rockets. Now, whenever Heimerdinger plays a bit of aggressive, that means his rockets are up. You want to basically avoid those rockets, so go behind the minion line or go out of his range. Looks like Aurelia here is having a lot of trouble dealing with this here, as looks like Aurelia is hanging on by a thread. It looks like our bottom team has prevailed, and Blitzcrank and Kog'Maw do get a kill, so that will make them fed at bot and will pretty much ensure their win at bot. I do use the health potion at the 6-minute mark, so that's not really that bad. Usually I use health potions against Heimerdingers earlier on because they do not go for the turret style of play, they go for the mage style of play using the rockets and the bomb. So, yeah. Xerath's movement speed is about average, and he doesn't have as much burst damage as I want him to, but he's still a very powerful champion, as just because his lasers are extremely long range. All of his spells can be basically made long range, and that is pretty impressive. So, your standard skill combo would be, if you have your ult, would be Mage Chains, and that would be probably the first item. If you actually can get in range for Mage Chains without the W, Locus of Power, then that will help you get the stun on. So, if you land Mage Chains, then you can either go into Locus of Power, and then use one ult ability to stun, as the laser is too unpredictable, and there's still a possibility that Heimerdinger or your enemy can dodge it. So, what you want to do is actually get one ult shot with the person with the Mage Chains, and then you can laser them to ensure that your laser is a guaranteed hit. So here I'm just harassing Heimerdinger now, getting ready to use my ult combo, and it looks like our minions are being pushed back. However, Poppy here engaging Zerth. Not sure if she's winning, but it looks like she does have lower health than Skarner and Aurelia, as they both can easily kill Poppy. Last hitting is so fun sometimes. Xerath is a champion that's pretty easy to last hit with. As you can see here, Heimerdinger is not doing that good of a job of last hitting. He's almost 20 below my creep score, so as long as I keep harassing him. As he just did come back from his recall, I will continue to harass him, and now I do believe that now he will actually have enough. I will have enough damage, to kill him with my ult and laser combination. So I believe, grab another level in Mage Chains just as that extra damage will help. I do laser him again, so that is slowly taking his health down. I am out of potions though, as I am just using potions to maintain myself in this lane instead of actually going back and recalling. So here Heimerdinger is now at critical level. Even 2 levels of my ult and a couple auto attacks will finish him. So here I do land my Mage Chains. I ult, and laser, which that laser wasn't really necessary, but it was just to make sure that nothing bad happened. So looks like I would be lasering this to just take clearing out this minion wave as I do head back to recall, and I do have 2k gold at the 10-minute mark. So that's not really that bad. So now I do believe I will always transfer for most AP champions into Sorcerer's Shoes, as you can see there. And because Xerath's abilities are mana consumptious, I will take a Tear of the Goddess now here, so that will increase my bonus mana and mana regen, and my just give me a general boost to my mana stats. So, and that will actually help you over time. It's a very long-term investment, the Tear of the Goddess. It's possibly the most mana-giving spell you can get in the game. Looks like I will be teleporting up top to assist with Skarner here, as teleport can be used very well. Just because Zerth doesn't have much maneuverability, I do take teleport, not just to actually to get back to the mid faster, but to actually help ganks. So just like the Heimerdinger, we'll be grabbing that, and he does ult, and it looks like we will be taking out Skarner and Aurelia again. So now the score is 8-1. Our bot lane is doing very well, as Blitzcrank did manage to land that pull. Now I will be heading back to mid just because I can't really help but take this turret, and Heimerdinger, in the fear that Heimerdinger will possibly deal some damage to my turret. So I do grab a ward just because I'm doing so well and I do have enough money. Here I do try to surprise Heimerdinger by using my Locus of Power and attacking from the brush. Unfortunately I do miss, or he does dodge either way. Yeah, it looks like we just lost a turret. Oh, we gained a turret, okay. Bot's turret is having a lot of trouble. It looks like we will lose this bot turret as Singed and Ashe are auto-attacking it for a long time. And it looks like within the minute we're probably going to lose it unless someone comes and helps him. So unfortunately I do not have my teleport up, and going all the way down to bot is not very time efficient, just because it will take too long to go there and then come back and actually kill Heimerdinger. So usually what you want to do as soon as someone in mid dies, you want to actually go help your team, whoever needs help, or you can push and take the turret, and that will also help your team, as you will give them each 190 gold, I believe. Looks like Poppy and Skarner are having a little brawl here. Skarner is using a shield, but Poppy doesn't break through it, so I'm not sure who's actually winning, but we'll check this out pretty soon. Looks like Skarner does kill Poppy, so unfortunately I think that was pretty close. I am taking a lot of damage from these freezing turrets, so that was not that smart of me to actually go here. I have wasted the last of my potions again, so I am now considering that I do have to ult and actually kill Heimerdinger. Unfortunately, he does walk just out of range for my ult, and I do miss my mage chains and ultimate combination, so that was very unfortunate of me. Maybe I should have played it more cautiously and actually dove him in his turret using my Locus of Power. That way he would have less space to actually run off, so we'll be continuing to harass. Our bot's doing very well. I'm not sure how. Oh my god. Looks like Ashe got pulled there. Our Kog'Maw is taking a little bit of damage. What is this? I don't remember this being here. Oh, it looks like I have just landed mage chains, and back to the game. Still taking a lot of damage, and I do not think I can take out Heimerdinger just because of my lack of mana. And I will be going to actually ward the dragon, as it has reached around the 15-minute mark, and I do not want the enemy to actually take the dragon and catch up to our advantage that we have right now. Now, as I do have enough mana, money right now, I do go for a Haunting Guise, I believe. Or I do go for a Haunting Guise. Now I could have bought easily needlessly large rod, but the reason I do buy Haunting Guise is for the extra magic penetration. So now, right now I do have 54 spell penetration and 50%, and with the Locus Power we can become 10 more percent. So my damage basically goes through all champions right now, and it is basically like true magic damage. I'm gonna stand like that. I'll be taking these race over here. I will be attacking Heimerdinger here. A lot of things are happening right now. Our top actually, because our Aurelia is actually 1v2 them, but she's doing so well, she's just taking out the other Aurelia, and Skarner is just trying to keep up. Aurelia does have to flash away, but looks like Poppy does come in and actually save the day, so it looks like Skarner does get exhausted. Skarner is still chasing Irelia, so it looks like eventually his health is slowly dropping. It should actually be dropping, so Irelia does manage to take that kill for that. Looks like I just happened to see an arrow fly through. That arrow unfortunately misses both me and Irelia, which is probably what Ashe was aiming for, but looks like Heimerdinger also have teleport. I'm going for a pretty similar build, but I do have more money because I did kill him 3 times, I believe. This is pretty much this is actually a very good game I had with Xerath, as I do end up going 8-0 before I actually die, and just because Xerath is a champion that it's very easy not to die in, as he is incredibly low. Sorry guys, I'm tired, it's in the morning, and haven't had any coffee. Alright, back to the game. Stop, enough of me complaining. So guys, if you haven't heard already, that League of Legends is now getting an official replay system. So that is pretty impressive. You can now view other games from professional matches. So what I think I'll be doing, I'll be taking probably the semifinals and finals of the recent matches and probably casting them and doing, not really doing a champion overview, but I'll be doing a review of the game that happened. Kind of like analysis, like CSI League of Legends or something like that. Because that's often copyrighted, so you can't copy these right now. So looks like I'm doing very well here. I actually have, by 15-minute mark, I usually don't have this many items, but at 15-minute mark, I usually have my tier and my sorcerer shoes, and probably like start building into the hunting guys. So I am pretty lucky. Looks like our Blitzcrank is getting pulled here. Ashe shooting that arrow a tad bit too early. I'm not sure. Blitzcrank has just died. Kagma is now running away. He is probably now requesting my assistance, as I cannot really help him. But I'm pretty sure Ashe and Singed will actually start pushing here. And oh my god, 3 bot. Okay. Looks like we'll be losing this turret, as Kagma is barely escaping out of there with the flash. So that is pretty skillful of him. So Ashe is taking damage. They are committing very well to this turret. Unfortunately, my mistake was I didn't go in sooner, and I probably couldn't have engaged all 3 of these people. Looks like I will harass Skarner though, and Singed will be pulling me. And unfortunately, I think Ashe ran into one of these bushes here, but I'm not sure. That's why I kind of ran in here, and I got kind of disoriented as I didn't see Ashe. Although if I probably rewinded it, I would probably see Ashe running away. We do clear out the minion waves. We do start pushing. We do ping for our top to come mid, just because I'm not there. So me and Kagma will be pushing bot right now to actually secure us all the 3 outer turrets. Let's get Blitzcrank is getting ready for a good, decent grab, and Blitzcrank is going for the kill. He did, oh no, never mind. Okay, wow, he grabbed Singed from out of nowhere. Singed is taking an insane amount of damage. Heimerdinger coming here to actually save the day. Unfortunately, he gets stuck in the mess, and as Poppy runs in, we just killed Ashe at bot, so that is pretty impressive. Unfortunately, fortunately, Poppy actually does manage to kill Heimerdinger before her ult wears down. I thought that the turret would actually kill her after her ult wore down, so that was pretty close. Unfortunately, their Irelia is actually pushing, so I do decide to recall, as my health is not that high, and I will have to be teleporting in top with a full amount of mana and health. So I do now buy a needlessly large rod. As I can see, all my spell penetration is good enough to actually last everything. I do mage change that, and I do stun her. Unfortunately, just because of her passive, we have 3 champions here, which did cause her crowd control reduction to be at about 30%, I believe. So that was unfortunate. Looks like Skarner does kill Blitzcrank here. Everyone is basically here unstoppable. If I open up my chat panel, Commissarial Crimes is on a rampage. Depressed on, he is unstoppable. Commissarial Crimes is unstoppable. So that is also we are doing very well. It's 16-4, 4 times the amount of kills. In my opinion, like completely owning the team is like having 3 times more kills, team kills, I mean, than the enemy. So 2 times more kills isn't always that great, just because it could mean that they've either taken a lot of turrets or not. I'm helping out Cogmon here to actually get these creep kills, just because he is still low in creep kills, and I know that an unfed Cogmon can be can't really help the team much. I'm not sure why he's actually going for Infinity Edge first. I would personally go for Bloodthirster just because